and it's redefining the definition and the genre of superhero films. Oops, I just tapped the microphone.
I have seen gods fly. I've seen men build weapons that I couldn't even imagine. I've seen aliens drop from the sky.
Yeah.
But I have never seen anything like this.
Are you focusing? I think you're focusing. I hope it's focusing, because I want to talk to you guys about the movie I just saw, which is Black Panther.
Let's go.
We are home. My son, it is your time.
Show me my respect and bow down.
You get to decide what kind of king you are going to be.
Yes, that's right. I just got back from seeing Black Panther about an hour ago. And I want to give you my quick first thoughts of it. Spoiler free, so don't worry about spoilers. But just take this as a recommendation to go see it because, one, it is well worth your time. And two, I want to talk in a bit more detail in another video. So stick around for that, hit subscribe, go see the movie, come back, and I should have a spoiler-filled review. Why did I forget the word spoilers? Anyway, let's jump into this. Black Panther, the latest film in the MCU. I've lost track of what number film in the MCU it is, but it's the latest one. It features the return of T'Challa, Black Panther himself, and it features the debut of the technologically advanced Wakanda. I think it appeared slightly in Civil War, but now we get to see like the true Wakanda. And it's awesome. This film is a superhero film. Obviously, it's part of the MCU. But the great thing about it is, it doesn't need to be part of the MCU. It's a strong film on its own. It's a great standalone film. There are elements in it that obviously tie it into the MCU, like Ulysses Klaue, Andy Serkis' character, and the stuff that he's buying and selling and all of that. Vibranium, which, as a lot of us know, is what Captain America's shield is made out of, and Bucky Barnes' metal arm. If you can hear that on the microphone, I thoroughly apologize, but the neighbor is using some sort of tool in the garden, and yeah. Apologies about the sound. Hopefully you can keep engaged with me. As I was saying, there are things in this film that ties it to the MCU, but those basic things could just easily be explained away in this film, and it could be a great standalone film about empowerment and culture and tradition and values and people's choice between traditional values and people they love and things like that. It's a really raw, emotional story driven by those sorts of things, which just happens to be of the superhero genre, of the a specific branch of that, the MCU side of things, the Marvel side of things. But I think it could just be explained, a lot of it could just be explained away of there are valuable resources here, which makes this nation a lot of money, and it makes their culture quite rich and quite diverse. Well, diverse in so far as the technology they can get from the resources. I mean, there's so much there, and it's introduced really quickly in the film so that you could just latch onto those themes of all the stuff that this culture is built around, and you could be engaged straight away. And really, in this film, superheroes aren't necessarily superheroes, more warriors of this society. And it's beautiful that 10 years into the MCU, we can have what is basically a standalone film. And that's what's clever about this film. It ties in, it gives fans your little kick of excitement because they're referencing things. And of course, there's a Stan Lee cameo and all that sort of stuff. But like I said, it's a really strong story on its own. I don't want to spoil too much, but I will just explain, just to catch some of you up. If you haven't seen the film, or you've forgotten maybe Black Panther's story in Civil War, there is a reference to that, but again, you don't need that. Basically, all you need to know is that T'Challa is the Prince of Wakanda, and his father was killed, and he is now entitled to become the king. And he's going to go through the ceremony to become the king. If you've seen Civil War, if you're a fan of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, if you're a fan of Marvel in general, I'm sure this is just part of his origin story. I don't know too much about Black Panther, and that's what was great about this film. I latched onto it, didn't need to know. It's a very smart standalone film. Again, I'm going to keep coming back to that. I like that about this film. Basically, we know he got killed in Civil War. We saw that happen. We saw it in it was quite a monumental film for the MCU. It was another gathering of all these other superheroes. That was a big film. But again, all you need to know is that his father has died. He's the prince. He's about to become king. And one of the ceremonies they do is a trial by combat sort of thing. Not trial, but ritual combat, where you have the person who's going to inherit the title of the king of Black Panther. And then you can have somebody who wants to challenge him. If either one dies, then obviously one of them becomes king. If one of them yields, and then the other one becomes king. And so that's the tradition, and they're upholding it in this film, and they use themes and traditions like that throughout the film in a really great way. That's kind of all you need to know, and there are lots of elements and lots of, like I keep saying, traditions and cultural norms like that they follow, that you're introduced to along the way in the film, and it's really, really wonderfully done. The performances are lovely. This is going to sound funny. I know most of the actors don't speak the way they do in this film, but it's really fun to hear them speaking that way. It's fun to hear the accent that they use. It's also beautiful to see the costumes of the people of Wakanda. The color palette in this film is amazing, and most of the color comes from the costumes, and it's wonderful to see. And the thing I like about it is, again, tying into that whole standalone film thing, is that obviously the vibranium gives them the opportunity to be a very technologically advanced, very wealthy nation. But like I said, that could be explained away. They just have really smart people that command the technology. And the technology gives you that sci-fi genre feel to it. So it felt, not just the superheroes were empowered, obviously. Like, you get the superheroes in superhero films. They're the empowered ones. They're the ones doing the cool things. But it wasn't just T'Challa being Black Panther, normally in, Superman or Captain America. It's Captain America who's the amazing one, but everyone in this society, in this film, has their moments of being amazing. That's really cool. I don't want to go too much into detail. I loved the setting. I loved the sets. I loved the costumes. I loved the direction. I loved the action in it. Actually, the action was really cool. I think it's kind of similar to a Batman-esque kind of thing, mainly because he's in a black, dark costume, and there's a scene in the shadows and he's throwing people about. I love that sort of thing in Batman. I loved it in this. I think all the characters are great. All of the characters are relatable. That's another thing I really like. Michael B. Jordan plays the villain. I don't want to give away who he is in case you don't know and what he means to the story, but he plays it so well, and his motivations, everyone's motivations, whether you agree or disagree with them, make sense, and you relate to them and you empathize with them, which is great writing. So check it out. I recommend that you just check it out. It's well worth your time. It's very entertaining. It's eye-opening to some things. It's eye-opening to ways of storytelling. It's eye-opening to this culture. And I just think it's a really, really good film. There are things that I nerded out over because there were references, and I'm a huge Marvel Cinematic Universe fan, and I get a buzz out of all this sort of thing. And I love the interconnectedness of it all, but I also love that this is standalone. I think I'm starting to repeat myself a lot, and basically this is a quick video. Check it out. Come back here after you have, and there should be a review sometime soon. If there isn't, message me and say, "Oi, where's that proper review, that spoiler-filled one?" For now, I'm just going to say thank you, cast and crew, for a fantastic film. You're all on top of your game. Really well done stuff. It's raised the bar for superhero films, I think, and it's redefining the definition and the genre of superhero films. But I do really feel like it is redefining the genre. Like I said, in this, superheroes aren't just superheroes. They're like the warriors of this culture. And that's a nice spin on the superhero thing. Anyway, check it out. Thanks for watching. Hit like, hit subscribe, and join my little community. Catch you later.
Don't freeze.
I never freeze.
The revolution will not be televised.
Show me my respect and bow down. We own ya. We own ya. We only getting started now. Cause we own ya. Everybody think they know me now. Cause we own ya. You and I'm a homie now. Cause we own ya.
I waited my entire life for this. The world's gonna start over. I'ma burn it all.
What happens now determines what happens to the rest of the world.
You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. Wakanda forever! The revolution will not be televised.
Let's have some fun.
The revolution will be live.